Welcome back, vlog. It's week 4 of 4 of internal medicine. Finish line is in sight. Let's get it. Good morning, Chewy. Morning, Chip. Fit check of the day. Let's go to work. All right, I'm at the hospital. You know, I wish I had more than one day off, but that's just the life we chose, baby.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the vlog.
This isn't what we talked about.
I mean, I thought I was doing a good job.
Alright guys, so obviously that was not me for the beginning of the video, but that was Eddie. And Eddie's the person I've been talking about for several weeks now, my best childhood friend who is moving with me to San Diego. And so we're kind of just going to use this video as a chance to kind of introduce Eddie, a little bit of our background and our childhood, and then the whole decision to move to San Diego together and work together on this YouTube channel. So Eddie, how did you and I meet?
So Shaun and I met in 2nd grade and we became really good friends very quickly. Then growing up, we played a lot of sports together. So we played soccer. His dad was actually our coach. And then, you know, we started getting into tumbling and all the martial arts tricking, and, you know, we've just always kept up throughout the years.
We pretty much did all the same hobbies throughout elementary, middle, high school, and college. A lot of the same teams. We kind of were very similar in what we were doing. Eddie was pre-med for a really long time, and then obviously I decided to go to med school as well, and we even actually have dogs from the same litter. So Eddie is actually the owner of Chewy's brother, who you guys have seen in the vlogs if you remember way back during medical school.
Yeah, so it'll be nice to get them all back together again.
Yeah, absolutely. So what made you decide to move to San Diego with me?
So Shaun and I were talking a few weeks back, and he was mentioning how he was doing some apartment hunting. And you know, recently I've just felt like I wanted to shake things up a little bit. So Shaun actually was like, why don't you just come to San Diego with me? And first I was a little bit apprehensive, but after giving it a little bit more thought and consideration, it sounded like a great idea.
And by a little bit more thought and consideration, he literally means like probably like 18 hours, like less than a day. He calls me and he's like, you know, I think I will go to San Diego with you.
Shaun was very convincing.
Yeah.
If medicine doesn't work out, he could have a promising career in sales.
I mean, it's kind of hard to like say no to the beach, living with your best friend, getting the dogs together, learning how to surf, just like, you know, having like new experiences in a new place.
Yeah, and growing up, like during college, we always talked about how it would have been fun to live together, but we never did. So it'll be a nice opportunity to do that. Another reason that I wanted to move to San Diego with Shaun is that I thought it would be a really good way to challenge myself. Because, you know, I was born and raised in Vegas and I went to college here. I've lived here my entire life. So I thought it would be a great way to just challenge myself in a different way, experience living in a different city. And of course, San Diego, it's a beautiful place with tons to do, a lot of outdoor activities. So it seemed like the perfect opportunity, and especially getting to live with Shaun, who I've known since I was like 7.
Yeah. So like I talked about on my last vlog, we are going to be working together on the channel to basically start making more videos other than just the weekly vlogs, because something I wanted to do for a long time was make more meaningful content. And I'm not saying that the vlogs aren't meaningful, but I just feel like there's a lot that I can talk about and share and teach that is hard to do in the format of a completely riffed vlog. And so Eddie and I have kind of been talking about that a lot over the last, you know, few weeks. And so do you want to tell them a little bit about your background and why we decided to work together on this?
So I did my degree in biology with a minor in psychology, so pretty standard pre-med pathway. Worked in the emergency department, and then I worked as an AEMT for a bit, worked in medical oncology, took my MCAT, basically did everything that I needed to apply to medical school. But then at the last moment, I kind of decided that I wanted to try something else. So funnily enough, I ended up working in social media, and more specifically working with a YouTuber that also happens to be in the medical space. So I did that for a period of time and kind of helped them with the content creation, helped manage their team. So when Shaun and I were talking, and he was talking about how he's hit a point where he's capped out on what he can do and just doesn't have the time to make all the content that he wants to create, coupled with the fact that we're going to be moving in together, it seemed like a really easy decision to help him out with the channel. And for me, it's fun to get to see the behind the scenes look at all of these videos that I've been watching over the past few years.
Yeah, so we essentially decided to live together first, and then while we were planning on what we're going to be doing in San Diego, we just had this idea. to work on the channel, which is really fun for me too, because like I said in the last vlog, like this has been kind of like a solo venture for me for so many years, and I love it, I enjoy it, but I'm pretty much using every last bit of free time I have to do it, and I want to expand it at the same time, which is not really like congruent. And so I'm really excited to be able to kind of share this with someone, let alone my oldest friend. So I think it's gonna be a really good time.
So another reason that we've decided to work together is I've also been doing a lot of work in technical writing, so building procedures and, you know, kind of better organizing systems and processes. So in a way, Shaun and I have very complementary skill sets.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm more of an organized kind of planning person, Shaun is a little bit more, what would you say?
Creative. I am more creatively minded, and that comes a little bit more with a sporadic thought process where, believe it or not, I have had 0 systems in place for these videos, the vlogs, everything. 0 systems. There's no organization anywhere. There's no spreadsheets. There was no Notion, you know, database. There was nothing. It was just, everything was right here. So it is nice to have someone who is a lot more detail oriented.
Even just over the past few weeks, we've really built some good systems, figured out ways that we can collaborate effectively, and, you know, ultimately get more content for you guys to watch and enjoy.
And one of the ways that we've been able to keep track of all of our meetings and ideas and everything is actually using the Plaude AI recorder devices, and Plaude is actually sponsoring this video. Plaude is the world's first AI voice recorder powered by GPT-4. This credit card sized device literally snaps right onto your phone, or you can wear the Plaude Note pin if you don't like having it on your phone. You just press this button right here and it starts recording, and it can record your phone calls or just the discussions you're having. Pretty much every single time Eddie and I are done talking about all these ideas, we have a nice bullet point summary of everything we discussed. And it's not just good for college students and working professionals who want to record lectures and meeting minutes, it's actually really amazing for healthcare professionals. Plaude actually has tons of medical specific summary templates that you can choose from. This way you can spend a lot more time with your patients rather than worry about writing down every little detail. They even have a professional term library tailored to healthcare use cases. Plaude is also SOC2 and HIPAA compliant, and you can go to the Trust Center to get more information about their compliance and credibility. Because of this, Plaude AI is able to support medical professionals with structured summaries, accurate terminology, and trustworthy information. Plaude has been an incredible tool for us to use as both content creators, students, and working professionals. So I highly recommend you guys check them out if you want to optimize your workflow or better your patient care. I'll have all the information in the description box below, and thank you so much again to Plaude for sponsoring this video. So what exactly are you going to be doing on the channel?
So in addition to helping Shaun with things like organization and building out systems, I'm also going to be helping with the actual content creation as well. So a lot of what I did at my last job was content strategy, so taking feedback from the viewers in the audience like you guys and figuring out ideas for videos to make. But in addition to that, I'm going to be helping with filming, I'll be helping a little bit with editing, really just anything that can help enable Shaun to create more content, because of course he's always going to be the face of the channel, and we really want to make sure that we're keeping the core of what makes his content special and really showing you guys an honest look at what it's like to be a resident, the good and the bad.
So are you gonna be behind the camera, or are you also gonna be in front of it?
Well, if you'd asked me a week ago, I would have said behind the camera, but considering that Shaun and I are gonna be living together and the type of content that he makes is more vlog style, you know, by virtue of all that, I'm gonna be
definitely in front of it. But I think it'll be fun. It's actually cool to have someone to riff off of in the vlogs. It makes it a lot easier for me. And Eddie has some unique experiences that I think will be fun to showcase on this channel. For example, he's someone who pretty much did everything to go to medicine and then decided not to. And I know a lot of you guys have those thoughts and wonder if it's the right path or if there are other options that you can pursue as well. And I think it's going to be really fun over the next few months to get some of Eddie's perspective on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we've been talking about a lot of interesting content ideas that we're excited to share with you. You know, are there any specific ones that you want to give a hint or a taste of?
Well, there's a few ideas that we've had. You know, a lot of the videos will kind of continue to have the vlog style, but then there's other maybe more like topic-based videos that I'm really excited about. For example, next week's video, we're going to be talking about what it's like to have kids as a medical student and resident. And that's something that a lot of women going into medicine are concerned about when they're trying to decide if they want to go down this field. And I'm really excited to be able to create content that I think is going to be helpful and to be able to show that kind of experience. And it's not something we've been able to do with the vlogs so far. So that's one thing I'm excited about. And then there's some other content that we talked about that is a little bit more on like the goofy side of things, where we can kind of use our experiences as, you know, a doctor, you know, healthcare provider, medical professional, and have kind of some fun with that knowledge and information, and make videos that are a little bit more, I don't know, like lighthearted almost. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but you guys will see what I'm talking about in a few videos. What are you most excited about?
I think this is going to be a really fun creative endeavor, and the fact that I get to do it with Shaun, who I've known since I was literally 7, makes the experience even better.
So is the move to San Diego just all work, or are we going to be having some fun as well?
Definitely having some fun. Before we ever talked about working together on this channel, we'd already actually agreed to move to San Diego together. So some of the things that are really exciting for me are just the ability to experience living in a new place, and definitely avoiding the heat here in Vegas, because it's been bad. But, you know, just having new experiences and meeting new people. One of the reasons that they say life kind of seems to speed up when you get older is that you stop having these unique experiences. And, you know, even just over the past few weeks for me, I've had quite a few life changes, and it feels like this last month has gone by so slowly. But the reason is I've been doing new things, hanging out with new people. I've gotten into running with Shaun. And, you know, it really feels like time has kind of slowed down a little bit. So I think when we move to San Diego together and everything is new, it's going to be just a complete shock to the system.
And absolutely. Sometimes you just need to do something different. And when I decided to match to San Diego, that's kind of where I was at in my life. Was I had been in Vegas this whole time, undergrad medical school, and the idea of going to San Diego, you know, UCSD for residency, kind of scared me, but it like excited me at the same time. And that's when I realized, like, I needed that change. I need to do something totally different. I need to kind of put my back against the wall a little bit and just get a new change of pace. And that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna meet some new people. We're gonna like learn some new stuff. We'll surf. We'll be, you know, hanging out with totally different crowds, have different routines, living together. That's gonna be very new, and I think it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna look back very fondly on these years, and it's just gonna be what we make of it, I think.
And, you know, you guys will be able to come along for the ride.
Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I kind of just want to make this video so we can introduce Eddie, because you guys have seen him on the channel, but I feel like you guys haven't gotten a chance to really get to like know him a little bit more. And he's gonna be around for a while since we'll be living together. So he's officially part of the Vlog Squad, the Shaun Andersen YouTube channel, and it's really exciting, again, to share this whole thing with someone else and not just get to be doing it alone. It's very exciting. So I really appreciate your guys' support. We'd also really like your guys' ideas and feedback, like different types of videos we can do. Again, the creativity can now be upped a little bit, since it's not just gonna be me and limited by my schedule and my ability to film and record and edit and upload and all that kind of stuff. So any ideas you guys have, definitely drop them in the comment section below. We'd love to hear them.
And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.